I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
Let's find out what's happening in Texas. From what I heard, Texas had a pretty bad disaster that happened.
Really?
Yeah, the hurricane.
Oh damn, they had a hurricane. I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, I think because of everything that was happening, like on the political side, no one was even talking about what's happening in Texas.
I think that's negligence, if that's the case.
I think so too. So, and yeah, I prepped 2 news videos which I wanted to check out.
Okay.
Let's see what's happening. Why are linemen trending?
And the union representing Texas utility workers are urging people to leave linemen alone. This comes after multiple reports of violence and someone allegedly pulling out an AK-47 at a crew. ABC.
AK-47.
Why an AK-4? Why?
What is happening?
Bro, that's the whole gun.
13's Rosie Wynn joins us live from Southwest Houston with more on this one. Rosie.
Eric, these crews work an average of 16 hours a day, many of them coming from other states to help bring more than 2.2 million people back online who lost power after Hurricane Beryl. Their jobs extremely dangerous by nature. But
no, linemen being a lineman is so fucking dangerous.
Live wires, voltage, it's so dangerous. You can lose a life so easily.
Yeah. So
Like
why are people of Texas attacking them? Like I want to understand that. Why are they attacking them? So Texas linemen and out-of-state linemen are working on restoring Texas power after the disaster that happened. Why are they being attacked?
Yeah, I want to know now too, because this is not acceptable.
these hostile interactions are adding another layer of safety concerns for these utility workers.
Please, God, stop harassing these people.
Oh God, you can see he's just frustrated. You can literally hear it in his voice.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Like, they are literally coming and trying to help 16 hours a day. 16 hours of work time. That's a lot.
Like, are you okay, Texas? What is happening? Why are you guys attacking them?
I want to know. Maybe they'll explain it in the video. Let's see.
I mean, they can't even eat lunch.
A desperate plea from Ed Allen, who represents the Union for Texas Utility Workers. In a news conference yesterday, he says the amount of hostility that they've received this past week has been unacceptable.
We've had people brandishing AK-47s at them, and it needs to stop. I've had several companies already tell me, Ed, if it doesn't stop, we're going to get in our trucks and drive off.
Houston police
understandable. Absolutely understandable. Their employees' safety and life comes first.
Yeah, this is a very hostile environment, and it's not acceptable if they're trying to help.
Received 5 reports since Wednesday. One was about a Centerpoint employee receiving
one case of employee receiving angry phone calls and emails, 3 cases of someone threatening to shoot ICP's headquarters or field crews, 1 case of someone pointing a gun at employee.
Like, if they think this is like some kind of joke, it's not. It's a very sick thing to do. Not funny.
Angry phone calls and emails. 3 were about someone threatening to shoot at Centerpoint's headquarters or at crews out in the field. Another one involved a worker who had a gun pointed at him, prompting Centerpoint to evacuate 100 of their linemen at one of their staging areas. We spoke to a woman on the phone whose brother traveled to Southeast Texas from Florida. She asked us to conceal her identity to protect his job. She says he's had cars stopping in front of him and people making threatening gestures.
He's never felt this way and he's never shared this kind of fear to the extent that he would call me and say, this is really bad.
The woman says many of these contracted linemen often make big
Look at that.
sacrifices when accepting these jobs, leaving behind their families to work in vulnerable conditions,
Yeah.
not knowing when they'll be able to come home.
I can tell you that a lot of the line workers that are there would be very, very reluctant to come back to Houston if there's another major outage.
And it's completely understandable, and honestly, I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame them for not ever wanting to pick up anything to do with Houston, Texas ever again, or Texas in general.
Now, Houston is not the only place seeing these violent incidents. Last Thursday, we reported about a man in Needville who allegedly pulled out some sort of BB or airsoft
What
gun
the
on a
fuck?
Centerpoint employee. He has been charged with deadly conduct, but he tells ABC 13 that he denies these allegations, and he believes it is a case of mistaken identity. Reporting live from Southwest Houston, Rosie Gwynn, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Mistaken identity?
Well, they still haven't mentioned why it's happening.
Yeah, I don't either.
Rojas. It's been 1 week since Hurricane Beryl, and tonight there are approximately 268,000 Centerpoint customers in our area still without power. Local leaders say not
Holy
only does
shit.
Centerpoint have
Holy
to do better,
crap.
but so do Houstonians after several linemen were victimized while trying to restore the city's electricity. One man was arrested for threatening a
But
lineman.
why? Why is no one telling? Why is this happening?
I'm just appalled. That's
With a
all
gun.
that.
KPRC2 reporter
speechless.
Corley Peel is speaking with that lineman tonight.
I spoke with that lineman on the phone. He didn't want to go on camera, but he says he's here from out of state, and he's been helping restore power in our neighborhoods ever since Beryl hit. He is okay, but police say those committing crimes against crews will face stronger penalties.
People of Houston, boy, I got a...
Some out-of-state linemen speaking out on TikTok after receiving threats and people questioning their work as they restore power following
What?
Beryl.
We're all
That's
here
crazy.
and we're all working our hardest, but we can only do what Centerpoint asks us to do and when they tell us to go.
This video shows a man on 59 near Buffalo Speedway hitting a cruise truck with an object.
What?
What the
Several law
fuck?
enforcement and local leaders
Why?
came together.
Like, they're literally at this point. It looks like they're just driving by. They're not even working on anything. And he just pulls over and attacks them?
This is unacceptable and very like deranged activities.
Addressing the violence against power crews.
We've had guys have guns pulled on them. We've had guys had rocks picked up and slung at them. I had a crew out in Sugar Land, D&T Power. We're working out in Sugar Land. They had guys have AK-47s standing across the street from them. Never pointed it at them, but menacing them.
Some linemen.
Yeah, no, he sounds like he's about to burst out in tears. Probably either from exhaustion or from just being so fed up with this shit.
Yeah, I
Harassed
wouldn't
while-
blame them if they pulled out.
Eating lunch, accused of not working, forcing crews to move staging areas.
They elected to move their operation from Barnett Stadium, which was very close to the work being done, all the way out to Barker Cypress because they felt threatened. Well, that slows down everything, and that meant more people were going to be without power even longer
This is
because of the
so
distance they're going to have
deranged.
to travel just to get back and do that kind of work.
This man, 38-year-old Anthony Leonard, now charged with aggravated assault. It happened in this area of Hayes Road
This
and Wilcrest Drive,
shameful.
where several crews have been
Very
stationed
shameful.
waiting for their next job. Police say Leonard pulled out a gun on one of the electric utility workers, then took off. I did speak with that lineman, and he tells me, fortunately, he is okay.
When we're told
That's
to go,
good.
we go. And we
Yep.
go as hard as we possibly can, because we miss our families too. We want to go home. We want to see our wives. We want to see our kids.
Centerpoint sent out a message saying
Yeah,
those
like they're
out-of-state
literally
crews
leaving
were
their
invited
families
to be
behind.
here. So they're not obligated to stay if they feel unsafe. They can leave. And if they do leave, that could slow down restoration.
Yeah,
Centerpoint
exactly.
says it does
Mhm.
expect to restore 90% of its impacted customers by Monday. Corley
That's
Peel,
crazy,
KPRC
though.
2 News.
That's fucked and dead.
As from Texas, the only thing I can think is maybe they're mad at the Texas grid because it's one of the worst in the nation. But even then, I don't know what's going on in Houston. Even then, those linemen have nothing to do with it. They're, first of all, the ones that are being attacked, from what I understand, and again, I might be wrong, the ones that are being attacked are not even from Texas, and they are being attacked for, and I don't blame Texas for being mad at their like power interface. I remember when what 3 years ago, 3-4 years ago, a little bit of snow fell down, and the whole state almost shut down.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I almost missed one of my car payments because of that.
And but like out of state linemen have nothing to do with it. Why would you be so deranged, so unhinged to pull a gun on a person who is there to do a job to make sure you have fucking power?
By the way, it's not even their state. They're literally going from different, like across the US to help out Texas, leaving their family behind to do a job.
My best guess as to what's happening is people lost a lot of their livelihood due to the hurricane and such, and they need someone to blame, so they're blaming the linemen who have nothing to do with that. People need to stop this. They need to stop blaming others. They need to stop taking out their frustration and anger on people.
Yeah, that's a very disgusting like behavior, especially if they're trying to help.
Just people do better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm so mad. Ugh.
They see the people who work on them and just blame them on impulse, which is a very disgusting behavior to do. Yup.
I feel bad for linemen. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, with the hurricane that happened in Texas, it's horrible. It's very horrible. But what do the linemen have to do with it?
Yeah. Like, it sucks that a natural disaster came and like wiped out a lot of livelihoods. Like, I feel for them. It sucks. But when you're receiving help, you can't really be, doing what these people that threaten these linemen do. It's just not right. It's immoral in a way.
Yeah, people are mad.
Yeah, and as they should.
Oh, this is not the first time. So, this commenter is saying, these people must be new to Houston. We have been through this before. This is...
Needs a better power grid. This happens every time something small or big happens.
Yeah. No, I agree. From everything I heard about Texas, the power grid is just horrendous. What happened to Southern hospitality? Good question.
Yeah, Southern hospitality.
I'm happy to see that people are mad about this.
Yeah.
It's the same idea behind people who see a tragedy happen and blame it on like video games. Oh god, yes. Yes.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm done with this. This is my rant for the day.
This is the rant for the day.